right, welcome to Converter Unknown, episode number 3. This is our infancy of this podcast. I'm going to welcome John and Mark to the table. Not all cats are stolen. I have heard through the grapevine that you guys may have figured out a very special answer to converter theft prevention. So, Mark, John, why don't you tell me what you guys stumbled upon and what you created?
Well, I'll go first.
Yeah. Tell me about yourself and your background first.
I've got a lifelong history in transportation. The last decade or so has been transportation telematics. So combine the two, you have CATrak. But long story short, I'd worked for a family business of John's, which was sold back in 2001 and operated just short of 100,000 assets. So pretty sizable North American company, trucking, truck rental, truck leasing. Sold that in 2001 and ventured out on my own. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And,
Mark and I go back about 35 years to a company called Rollins Truck Leasing, where it's a family business of mine. Mark came up in it, and an old colleague of ours who does some consulting for large insurance companies came to us about 2 years ago and said, hey, we're losing our butts on this catalytic converter theft. Is there anything you can do or know of? And so there wasn't a whole lot of options out there. There still really aren't. But we got to work with Mark's background in telematics and our background in transportation. We put together what we think is a pretty unique solution.
So you guys tried to figure out, how do we take this from something that's like say a strap or something that takes a lot of mechanic shop knowledge to accomplish under the car? How do we add technology to it? How do we add maybe a warning system to it? And you guys have created what's now known as CATrak, right?
CATrak.
Awesome.
And easy to use, easy to install, something that alerts the owner in real time via an app. The way it's designed, any abnormal rotation or cut of the harness will activate a remotely mounted siren at 140 decibels in real time, concurrent to a cell signal. So you get an app text alert, SMS alert, and you're preventing the theft in itself by a 140 decibel siren at the same time.
What's more than that, and we think that siren is going to be loud enough to deter a majority of the thieves who'll probably drop and run. If they happen to make off with the cat itself and throw it in the truck, it's tracked online because we have a smart device mounted on the catalytic converter. Okay. So we track it in real time that will enable recovery of the customer's cat and also law enforcement to find the chop shops.
So does the siren shut off after a period of time, or does it just keep going until the user shuts off the siren?
You can shut it off, and we can apply timers to it as well.
Nice.
Today, you've got to shut it off. We want all the neighbors to hear it.
No, that's good. That's where I was going. I wonder if you just keep it annoying, even if they cut it off. Is it still annoying in the car, right, as they're driving?
Think about it. You hear an alarm system at the grocery store. What is your natural reaction?
Is it my car?
Or shut that thing up.
Yeah, that too.
It's an annoyance, right?
Yeah.
This is it's a unique sound. It's about 3 times as loud. And it's going to get the attention of everybody around, not to mention the owner now knows that you're under his car stealing his cat.
Yeah. So tell me about the insurance play, because I think that the insurance side of it's interesting, right? Because insurance companies are tired of dishing out thousands and thousands, and let's just go ahead and say millions and millions of dollars in claims. How do you guys hope insurance is going to play into your guys' product?
Yeah, well, it's their largest automotive claim these days, catalytic converter theft.
Okay.
And so our development of this product really came about after a conversation with a large insurance company. So, and we're in discussions with 5 or 6 right now, large ones, small ones, about promoting the product to their policyholders and providing a discount on their premiums. as we're figuring out how to roll that out through the agents or just marketing at local body shops, and sort of how the mechanics of that rollout's going to work. But it's been very well received by the insurance industry, as you can imagine.
I'll add to that too. Just a quick statistic. State Farm just published an article. They had spent $52 million year to date through 6 months of this year, and all of last year was $10 million.
Yeah. Just in insurance claims.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's an amazing statistic. You got to think that they have droves of people trying to figure this out, but it's the capitalistic market that came and figured it out.
Yep.
But they have to want to do this, right? They have to want to offer their customers a discount for the right product, and they're going to want the data, and that data is going to help your company and company like Converter Reclaim know that if your product works, that they can now offer those discounts. What's the word I'm looking for?
Think about it.
They can offer those discounts and not worry about whether they're losing money on offering a 10% discount by adding the cat tracking device.
Think about it this way too, as John mentioned. The average claim being $3,800 per cat, due to back orders, car rentals, downtime, whatnot. The insurance company themselves, they are the customer. If you have call it a $4,000 claim and we sell you something for $500, we've just reduced your cost significantly. And all they need to do is identify those problem areas and be proactive.
Yeah. So when a customer buys a CATrak device, they are now in constant communication with their cat, real time. What also comes with the purchase of the CATrak device? Is it subscription based? What does the customer have to look forward to?
So there is data connectivity, right? There's GPS. It's a smart device.
Okay.
And so we include that in the initial price. So it comes with 5 years connectivity of data.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. So, and it'll chime, you'll know on the app once the device is synced with the app, where your unit is, where your truck is or car with the app, everything's fine. And then in the event a theft occurs or starts to occur, that's when you get the alert. But we include it with 5 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you guys had any piloted runs yet?
Yeah.
And can you tell me about those? Were they successful? Are they with police agencies? Are they with any certain group of people you tried?
We piloted predominantly with private fleets who did have a problem. We then got the attention of various police agencies who had sting operations. We participated in those, as well as got feedback from them to help us. This was built for the insurance industry by the users.
Okay.
It's kind of how the easiest way to sum it up. It's also just to add on to what John was saying and what you had asked. Not only is it GPS, but there are some health features that come along with it. Catalytic converters get hot because engines typically are blowing oil or water, correct?
They what? Sorry.
They overheat typically because an engine is blowing oil or blowing water.
Yeah, they clog up and then they overheat. Yeah.
So by us telling you what the exhaust temp is, we can tell you if you have engine-related problems. So there's other byproducts.
Yeah, so if it's over 1,300 degrees, you know you got a problem.
That's right.
It shouldn't be running over 1,600, something like that. Interesting.
And how would you know that unless the car was running down the road turning orange?
Yeah. Yeah, you would hope their sensors detect it, but at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on the police part of it. I think that this product that you guys have created can go a couple directions. I want to tell you how I'd love to see it go and what the law enforcement probably want to see in insurance agencies. Like, I see it as a amazing deterrent device that grandma can throw on hopefully one day, right? When it's super easy to put on. I understand right now you do need to have have it put on, which you would have to do with a lot of the products out there. But do law enforcement agencies want you to sort of catch somebody, or are they hoping that you prevent that cat from being stolen in the first place, right? It's two-sided. I understand that's
it's funny.
That's a hard question.
Ultimately, the thief rather not see anything affixed to that cat, and it's stolen, and it goes down the road, and we track it, and they catch the chop chops, right? So you're right. So they would prefer not to have the siren on their bait cars or pilots and things like that. But ultimately, a reduction in crime is a reduction in crime.
Yeah.
So that's the name of the game at the end of the day.
I think the siren is probably. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
the
a lot of
good.
The feedback we got was in terms of deployment, they wanted to do public outreach programs similar to the steering wheel bar. Remember the club?
Yep, I remember that.
That's how they started at the base level and deploying those things, and until they got some traction in the marketplace. But as John mentioned, they weren't as interested in the one-off crime. They were more interested in the guy that had 50 of them in his backyard and he's got a bunch of people out.
Because they want to, I mean, you're stopping the crime ring or whatever's going on, and that's what they're interested in, right? Law enforcement.
Yeah,
right?
More than the petty.
But it's both sides. You guys have successfully, got both sides of it. You got the siren. Maybe you were talking about the ADT thing. Maybe you can put a sign that says protected by CATrak, and that will deter because they know what they're about to come up against, right?
Yeah.
Really cool device.
Get there.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it too is should somebody go in there and try and steal a cat with CATrak applied, there's no way to disarm it under the vehicle.
It's gonna go.
There's no way.
It's gonna go. Yeah.
You're gonna know it immediately, and the siren's not gonna shut up until the owner shuts it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, guys.
Yeah, we're excited.
So how long has it been deployed?
We've been in development for just short of 2 years. We have about 1,000 beta units out there, and our launch date is November. So here we are.
Here we are.
At SEMA. No better day to launch it.
I love it. Okay.
It's all made in the USA, right?
Okay.
So our supply chain issues have been minimized, and we're able to get as much product as we need, and we're ready to scale.
So are you, for all of our viewers, you're not quite ready to go direct to consumer? Is that what I understand? Or are we trying to contact dealers at the moment?
More channel sales.
Okay. Because I want people to know how to get a hold of you when we get out of here.
Yeah, we've targeted initially private fleets, right?
Okay.
And they're the ones who get 12 to 20 of them stolen at a time out of their yard.
Over and over again.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
So this way they'll be alerted when something's going on with their truck or with their car and the cat. But also the siren will probably send the thief running. So that prevents not just that cat from being stolen, but 15, 20, however many trucks they have on the yard they will get. So it's a pretty powerful value proposition for commercial fleet operators now.
Absolutely.
Our intent is to go out to consumers sometime in the second quarter of next year, thereabouts, another 6-7 months. We'll be ready.
Awesome.
However, we can answer a lot of questions, and depending on the size of the fleet, we can be contacted at CATrakTech.com.
CATrakTech.com.
That's right.
Mark and John, thank you for showing up on our third episode of Converter Unknown. Not all cats are stolen. We're happy that there are people out there that are trying to find a solution to this, because of course there is no 100% fits all, end all, be all solution to cat theft, but I think this is on the right track, no pun intended. But
thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.